What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at a title called Sigilfarer. This is one of those games that didn't really look like a whole lot from its Steam storefront page. It really just kind of looked like a For the King knockoff, but I'm glad that I dove into it because this game uses the For the King sort of standard layout for just about everything in the game, but the mechanics are very, very different. And so like unlocks, world navigation, all that stuff very similar to For the King, but when it comes to gearing your characters and like leveling them up and making them stronger and how they interact with the world and the overall goals that you're playing around with, it's quite a different game, and so I'm excited to dive on into this one. We're going to play for the next 30 minutes or so. We're going to see if this is a game you wanted to add to your wish list or not, if after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself. I got a link for you down below in the description where you can play this demo right now. It's a publicly available demo that I just downloaded about an hour ago while I was fiddling around with the game. You'll also find a bunch of other Nerd Castle links down there just in case you wanted to click on any of them, but let's go ahead and dive on in because our time is short and we've got ground to cover. The healing process after the cataclysm was not easy, nor fast or peaceful. Many cities were burned to the ground, villages submerged in noxious depths brought by floods and acid rains. Humanity had to learn the art of survival in a new reality full of untamed magic and monsters roaming freely and living in secluded towns protected by magical sigils. The Wanderers Guild was established in order to maintain any sort of contact between closed enclaves. Their main purpose was to gain any sort of knowledge about the world behind closed walls, changed forever by the cataclysm and untamed magic. They also act as supporters and helpers for those who live by the trail, unable to seek asylum inside bigger, safer towns. You are a group of wanderers who, regardless of threats, continue the traditions of your ancestors working for the guild. Courier tasks, hunting criminals, exterminating monsters, it's your daily bread. Luckily, there are more of your kind in the world. Other groups of wanderers that are trying to help each other out with surviving the hostile world. You will likely meet them somewhere on your path. And so we awaken inside the city of Sigilfarer. There's a number of services we can play around with here. If we go to the guild house, we can turn in our quests. At the tavern, we can rest, get our HP back, and also refill our energy crystal, which we'll talk about in a little bit. There's a trader in case we wanted to buy equipment, but in all likelihood, we probably don't have enough money starting out to actually buy anything. So let's just leave the city, and as it pans on out, you'll begin to see the For the King influence that I was talking about, especially once you get into combat. However, this game plays a little bit differently. We are a caravan full of heroes, and we travel all over the map, completing quests, fighting monsters, killing, getting new loot, and then coming back to resupply. Now, as we move around the map, the fog of war is going to disappear, the radius of which is determined by how bright our magic crystal is on our caravan. It's going to go down with each and every single step that we take, and so you've got to kind of carefully balance your expeditions to make it back to a town and recharge with enough resources to purchase that service, while also accomplishing something while you're out there. And there's going to be little points of interest and things all over the map. So like over here, there's a big purple crystal. Big purple crystal gave us a magic crystal resource up here. And then over on this side, you can see that there's some free tools laying on the ground. So we'll grab those as well. Always nice to have some extra tools. And then there's a goblin assassin on this side. I do have a quest to kill 10 different goblins. And so maybe we should go and fight him. I don't know how tough he's going to be, but he's a little bit close to town and he needs to get smashed up. Plus, it's a good opportunity for me to just kind of show you what combat looks like. So combat in this game is entirely dice focused, and this is where the game starts to break off from its For the King forefather. Every single character in your party has 5 pieces of gear. Your gear determines what is on each side of your die, which makes your characters very, very customizable as you get further on into the game. It's pretty interesting the way that they adapt. Gear does show up on your characters as you equip it, and so as you can see right here, my rogue who's over on the left, he got a 5 damage chit. That's great. We're going to go after this guy right here, and so our first attack has been struck. It looks like my druid got a heal. It looks like my warrior got a shield, which is going to be good enough to block off that 4 damage. So I'll go ahead and take it. We've got another 4 damage right here that can go out and hit him. And the other 2 goblins struck out. They got bad rolls and they didn't get anything useful. We do get rerolls. I am going to use one of those right now. Your rerolls do persist in between turns. You get 1 reroll per turn and you can let them build up, I think, to like 5 rerolls. I don't really have anybody to heal right now, so I'm just going to end the turn, and we'll let the goblins do their worst. But luckily, our shield ate that right there. However, I would like that animation to imply that he blocked with his shield instead of just getting smacked in the face. It's one of those little basic representational things. I didn't take any damage right there, so like he should be blocking the attack with a loud clung. The animation style in this game is actually a testament to good camera work. All of the animations in this game only have 2 or 3 frames, maybe even 1 frame, and it's almost all the camera work and the camera shake that carry it and make the whole thing feel much more satisfying than the graphics and the animations themselves would initially imply. And so this is a really good game to look at if you're wondering how your camera work should work inside your game. This and Darkest Dungeon, probably the 2 best camera work games I've seen in a long time for taking like a simple static game and making it feel really satisfying to play. On this next turn, we've got a lot more damage going out, and it's going towards our squishies. That's a little bit unfortunate, and I don't have enough damage to stop that from happening. So I think we're just going to get smacked on this turn, and we can't get around it. 2 damage to kill that goblin right there. Nice and easy peasy. Ventilate him. On this side, we'll just go after one of these goblins. I don't have any shields or anything that I can play around with, but we did get a mana cube. Now, our wizard here has a special mechanic compared to everybody else. He has a mana bar. He has super attacks that he can light off like ultimates, basically, if you have enough mana to cast them, and the +6 is one of the best mana cubes that he can get, so I'm going to go ahead and take it right there. We're going to take this attack straight on the chin, and we're just going to hope that we can kind of heal it off. There is a stipulation for healing in this game. You cannot heal your character higher on their health bar than where they started out at the beginning of the fight, and so keep that in mind when you're planning things. We'll give him a little bit more mana right there. I'm just going to re-roll all of these because that's a pretty piss-poor roll. We do have an adjacency bonus right here for our block that will protect my wizard, I think. Who's getting hit? Oh, it's just you getting hit. This is an AoE block, so everybody gets block off of that one. I'm going to go ahead and have my druid heal up my rogue, and then we'll throw out 3 damage right there. Not the greatest attack, but it's something. I do have enough mana to cast spells, but I think I'm going to let it build up a little bit more so that we can just kind of OTK finish him off if we need to. That one whiffed, and he got a 4 damage. That's okay because he's about ready to die. We'll hit them with a sweeping attack right there for an AoE. We'll get 4 damage off on that side, and then we'll cast a fireball on him, and that'll finish the fight. And we're well on our way for our quest. And I think we only actually lost 1 HP from our group members during that engagement. And we got 4 gold for our trouble. Not the most amount of gold that I've ever seen from a random encounter, but I guess it'll have to do. We've got another set of goblins over here, so we'll go ahead and take care of them real quick. Oh, and these ones are a little bit tankier and a little bit meaner. That guy right there hits pretty hard, and we got a giant doo-doo roll. All right, I'm going to lock those 2 dice, and then we're going to re-roll them. Good stuff. I don't know who I want to focus on just yet, so let's get the mana flowing. Let's put a block on... So that's a 3-way AoE right there. We're going to have to do something about that. So let's put the 4 damage on him. I was trying to decide who I wanted to hit first, but we'll do the 4 damage on him. I'll have him block himself, I suppose, since he's going to be eating multiple attacks right here. And we can't heal him up because he started out at 19 HP. And so his bar can't be refilled. That AoE is really unfortunate, and we got to get on top of it sooner rather than later. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to walk this off. They all rolled solid attacks on that one, so we're going to need to come up with some kind of plan. Let's get 4 damage off right there. That's an AoE. The 3 block is not going to do it. I'm going to lock the heal, and we're going to re-roll these guys. 5 mana is good. 5 mana is solid, because it means I can fireball the one that's throwing AoEs all over the place, although there's another one throwing AoEs all over the place now. Let's go ahead and heal him for as much as we can, just to take a little bit of the sting off, and then we'll start focusing on this little AoE guy over here. And hopefully everything works out swimmingly. There's no way to tell. We do have consumables that we can use on the world map in order to heal our guys up if we're not ready to go back to town yet. Yeah, that AoE's got to stop like right this second. Let's lock that and that. We'll play that. We'll use our reroll right here to get a little bit more damage out, but it's not going to be enough. Unfortunate. Keep focusing on the AoE guy. He's just spreading way too much damage all over the place. Heal up the wizard a little bit, and then we'll end the turn. I do think that some of these end turn decals and whatnot could all look a little bit better. They all look a little bit cheaply. They're transparencies, but they look like they were cut out sort of at like a low resolution and then stretched out to a larger size. It makes them look cheap. Now let's smack him real fast. He's got 6 damage going out over here, which we will try to block. I will take 5 mana right there. We will re-roll you, and a double whiff, unfortunately. What is that? Arcane Shield shields the entire party for 5. Go ahead and do it. We're going to need it. Okay, good block right there. He got a missed turn, which is great for us because it means I can stall for a second and I can start healing people back up while the fight persists. Let's just throw damage at him and hopefully he doesn't have any counter blows or anything else like that that he can play around with. I'm very, very happy with the way that that turn went. That turn pleases me. He's got 6 damage going out now, which is unfortunate. I'm going to throw that right there, and I think we're going to have to go Magic Shield again. So that'll do it. We'll swipe him just a little bit. We didn't really get a good cut right there. She got her heal back up on a reroll, which is fantastic. Let's heal the rogue. He's beat up as hell right now, so he needs like all the healing he can possibly get. That opening salvo of just non-stop AoEs really got us into trouble. Let's continue healing him and getting his health back. We don't really need the block on this turn, so I'm not against using a reroll to see what we get. Yeah, I got what I wanted. Good. He's rolled a 6 damage, so ideally we kind of want to finish him off on this turn. Let's use our reroll real fast and see what we get. I'm going to lock that. The other 2 I don't care about. Oh, I locked the wrong one. I thought I locked the rogue. Okay, well, I was going to try to heal the druid up a little bit. And we do have some mana to play around with, and I think he's got a healing spell in here somewhere. Heal your whole party for 4. Yeah, go ahead and do that. That'll get us looking spiffy, and then we'll just smack this guy up real quick until he goes down, and we're almost there with our goblin killing quest. We've got the Boots of the Bear Clan Warrior, and it looks like it gives... It's for the mage, huh? It had the word warrior inside of it, so like I had thought for a moment there that, you know, maybe it'd be for the warrior. Let's throw that on there though, because it does give a 7-sided mana die. He's got nothing on his chest right now. So this is the inventory menu. You can see the dice faces right here that they've got available. This is a flat upgrade with its 10 mana charge right there. So I'll go ahead and take it. That's really 10 mana gives me a cast right now. But we do need to find him a chest piece that gives him 2 abilities. I feel very, very strongly about that. I think we're going to need it. From there, I think we're looking good. So let's get back on the road. Who is this right here? A bandit robber. I haven't fought any bandits yet, but like, we could go for it. I mean, the whole point in being out here is just to scout the countryside and get in fights. So let's do it. Okay, so the bandits don't look like they're going to be that stiff of competition. The real problem here is just going to be there's a lot of them, and so knocking them out is going to be really important. Who's he attacking? The druid? All right, protect the druid for right now. We don't really need the healing spell, so let's attack one of their weaker links in the hope that we can... I was hoping I could fish out an attack right there and get a first turn kill. Alas, no first turn kill for me. Enemies are going to come back out. They're going to deal their damage. They're going to do their thing. I'll probably save up mana to cast a healing spell, I would think. Let's AoE them because that kills off one. Let's eliminate another source of damage right there. My wizard, unfortunately, flubbed his turn, which I'm not in love with. My warrior's about to get pounded. We got another 6 mana right there. I'm going to take it, but I'm not going to spend it right now, even though I could fireball him to death, because I'm going to save up for the heal on the next turn. I like my party to be properly sustained by the time we get back on the field. And so let's play the mana cube, and now that we've played the mana cube, we'll heal everybody. We've got another heal going out right there. Only 1 HP, but hey, It's better than nothing. We've only got 2 damage right there. Unfortunately, my warrior has not... Oh, man. Bad luck on the die. I mean, that's what makes the game kind of dynamic, though, is sometimes the enemy passes like 3 turns in a row just based on bad rolls. Sometimes it happens to you. It makes everything feel variable. What is that face right there? What's the difference on that one? You attack and then heal yourself for half the damage value. I don't know that I've seen that face come up, but we'll kill off one of the enemies right there. Who are you going to attack? Might as well take a roll right here. 7 mana is solid, but unfortunately she didn't get anything out, so she's going to have to soak that hit to the dome piece. Hopefully this guy flubs his next turn. He did not flub his next turn. Damn. Okay. Well, let's focus on getting everybody healed up. And I'm just going to, like, let him smack me a little bit because I'm saving up mana for a big heal anyways, so it'll probably be alright. There's that big 10 mana die right there. Hell yeah. Put as much healing back on everybody as I possibly can. And we have another heal right there. Go ahead and throw that on the rogue. Oh, he's maxed out. Okay. 3 damage right there. Give me a reroll. Let's see what we get out. Perfect, dude. I was worried we were going to take damage on that one, but we came out mostly as good as we came in. We've got a new chest piece for our rogue that actually has some pretty spicy damage bonuses on it. So let's jump into our inventory real fast. These screen wipes, they should be sped up ever so slightly. They're a little tiny bit slow. Not ridiculously slow, but a tiny bit slow. And it looks like this actually gives a +1 to whatever damage is in his hand as well, so that should turn into +5. It's not going to help the heal out at all, but it will make him hit a little bit harder. So this represents a pretty considerable boost to our DPS right here, our DPT, I suppose. Let's close that menu on down. What else is going on down here? We got more goblins. Definitely need to take them down. Eliminate an ancient skeleton. It looks like he's a little bit harder, so we'll leave him for later, but we've got something we can investigate right here that might be helpful. Okay, Gobos, how many AoEs are you going to roll on your first turn? What you got for? Oh my god, all of them. The answer to that question was all of the AoEs. Perpetually. All the AoEs in the world. Okay, well let's start storing up mana so that we can heal that off. I will put a block on the wizard just to take a little bit of the edge off. I would recommend that blue color right there. Use that blue color to fit in the potential preview of the damage so that you can visually identify it real quick. I'm just going to end it because we don't need a heal right now. We'll need a heal on the next turn. Damage flying all over the place. Okay, we got one guy who flubbed a turn right there. It's not going to immediately help us out, but you heal yourself. Get your health back up. You take a shield. We'll take 5 damage over here. That'll work. Give me the mana real quick. And we're going to throw a 5 damage shield on everybody until we're down to like 1 goblin left, and then we'll try to recover our health by spamming AoEs. Okay, we're eliminating 1 attack this turn, and sometimes that's the best you can ask for. Hit all 3 of them with that AoE. That's very nice. We've got enough damage to finish him off. And so now it's time for us to stall and get some of our HP back. Heal him back on up. We'll end the turn right there. We're not generating a whole lot of mana right now, which bums me out. Let's just finish it. We need 1 more goblin. Ain't that always the way that it works? 1 more goblin and we'd be good to go. We've got a rogue's jacket over here that actually gives him a couple of heals and allows him to fill in as kind of a side healer, interestingly enough. Might be cool. I'm going to bandit thug over there. I think we still have enough oomph to do another fight. So I'm going to travel over this way and see what we unlock on the map out here and see what's available for us to interact with. Pretty strong opening turn with 6 damage on that right there. Who's he hitting? Hitting you. All right, shield her. You take your mana. We're going to re-roll that right away. It gives us 5 damage that we can throw onto their principal hitter. we're still going to take a little bit of a scuffing, but hey, that's the way life goes, dude. You win some, you lose some when you play a dice game like this, but I'm finding the actual dice building mechanic of the game, where you're assigning faces and whatnot, to be very satisfying. It's very customizable. It feels fun to play around with. On this turn, all of the damage is going towards the wizard for a 1-turn kill. I think our best play is just to get rid of their bruisers by going all-out DPS over here. So bruiser is down. He's dealing 6, but we can get around that. Give me a reroll. Damn. Unlucky. I need to get some better gear for my druid. That's what I really need. We can take these little bumps and scratches and whatnot, but the big hits, they're going to be a problem. So 10 mana right there. Fantastic come up. This guy, go ahead and... No, don't roast him. Oh, he's only doing 2 damage? Okay, roast him. That's fine. We'll hit him with everything we've got so that he's set up for a kill on the next turn. Heal the wizard up a little bit, and his attack's going to the rogue. Okay. Heal the rogue, I guess. Looks like everybody's focusing the rogue this turn. And I do not have the damage to actually close this thing out. We are going to have to put all of our hopes in the rogue. And he did pull what I wanted him to pull. So that should reduce his damage down pretty considerably. I don't care about the 2 damage points, but those big 6s right there. That's a considerable chunk of my HP every time one lands. They rolled a little bit better this time around, but it's not really going to matter because he's dead on the face of it. Who are you hitting? You're hitting the druid. Let's stall a little bit and see if we can heal up. I'm going to throw a universal shield on everybody, and then we'll attack over here. I like the flow of the game. Like, they've got time controls in here, which is nice of them to do, but actually they've got the pacing of everything that happens just right. It feels good, so smack him up, and out, and away we go. We didn't get a heal on that turn, so I'm going to stop stalling. We got 8 more gold. We're up to 122. We've got a bandit leader on that side. We've got zombies all over the place over here. Let's pull on over to this side, see what's around, and we're going to get that goblin for our last quest, I think. We have enough resources on us to set up camp, and so I'm going to set up camp. So I can boost everybody up with 4 food if I want to. I think that's an okay idea. That got their HP mostly filled back up, so it should be good. We've also got activities that we can play around with here. He can scout for resources, so we'll have him do that. It looks like our druid can add regeneration to all of our party members. It looks like he can go look for resources as well with the dice face that he got. And it looks like our wizard is also able to regenerate some of our HP. Oh, no, he's regenerating our crystal. Nice. Okay. We got a food ration. We got 2 potions. Looks good to me, man. Looking pretty solid. So now that we're a little bit recharged, we do have skeletons over here, and I think I needed those for a job. Oh, everything respawns after you camp. Fun. Okay, well, let's finish off our goblin quest. That way we can pick up a paycheck. I'm going to fight these guys, too, because I want to see how the undead do out here. We'll kind of see how it plays. What's their softest spot for an AoE? Right there. That works. Do I have enough to actually, like, kill something? I do. Well then, tally-ho, let's kill something. Minimizing damage is always good. And the turn right there. If I can keep pulling that 10 mana spot, dude, that's the good stuff right there. Okay, damage went out. Hopefully the druid doesn't screw up her roll here. She did not screw up her roll, so that's nice. Go ahead and heal the warrior. I think he took the main brunt of that attack. We're now successfully AoEing everything on the field. I will take the mana. Reroll him for a 5 damage, which gets rid of the magic spell that guy was trying to craft, so that's good. Keep healing the warrior. Shield the warrior. 6 more mana is good because it means I can firebolt this guy down and then limit the damage down beneath the shield that we already have. So he should take no damage on that hit. And this is a crazy DPS turn. We got a bunch of good stuff inside of there. We could have dealt over 20 damage that turn. Southern Hunter Boots. It goes on the legs and it gives a 4 damage attack. I could live with that. That sounds alright to me. I need to kill off some goblins, though. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Goblins gotta go so I can get a paycheck. Find and activate a protective sigil on the sigil stone. Is that that's a watchtower, so it probably opens up our line of sight. Okay. Let's go get this Skeletor over here, and then we'll loop back around to town to turn in the quest, get our money, and see what we can buy and sell. Oh, I forgot to put my boots on. Damn! Should have put my booties on, man. I'm bootyless right now. Ugh, so much AoE. Oh, and a beautiful starting turn. Who's taking the worst hit? Her? Alright. I will re-roll that. Yeah, 7 damage is enormous, and so I would love to have 7 damage. Could have been worse. That one could have hit us too. Judging from the HP, that one's probably scary. The other two missed. This guy's missed like 2 turns in a row, dude. I'd be salty if I was him. All damage has been eliminated for the turn. Let's start patching people back up in accordance to their need. We've got 13 right there. I'll probably let the mana pile up until I need it. That's kind of what I'm feeling right now. I will play a shield, even though there's no attacks coming through. So he's got just a little baby 3 damage attack coming on out, and we got that big DPS turn. Okay, well, eliminate his attack. Fine by me. You get your mana up, and then we will go for a AoE heal. Good stuff. I don't think this guy's taken a turn yet. He's having a really, really rough day in the dungeon. Like, he's having a bad time, like, verified. I think everybody's at their max right now. I got rerolls. Might as well fish something out. He finally rolled damage. Look at you, man. Look at you. Look at you. All dead and stabbed up and burned up and stuff. More Southern Hunter boots. It's okay. I needed to throw those on anyways, and it gives us extra vendor fodder for when we go back to town. So that's 4 damage versus 6 damage. Oh, they come in different qualities as well. Cool. We'll throw those ones on then. That'll work. 6 damage, dude. What's his dice looking like right now? Hell yeah, the minimum damage he can deal is basically 5 at this point. I like it. That's good. Okay, let's truck our way back to town. We'll drop off our stuff over here, and we'll kind of see what it's got waiting for us. Lots of bandits out here today. Hopefully we can pick up a quest to get them, because we need to kill some bandits. Alright, so Guild House. Collect my rewards. Goblin hunting. $100. That helps. We'll exit the Guild House. Let's go to the trader, and let's see how much money we can get out of some of the stuff that we're selling. So that's worth $10. $10. Looks like mostly $10 for Tier 1 gear. Okay. That's fine. I see a couple things in here that I wanted to look at anyways. So what is that? A deadly bludgeon. It gives you a 10 damage attack for the warrior. Man, that'd be the stuff right there. We've got rogue boots. We've got the great cap of the bear, which for her head slot gives her a 4 heal. We've also got a hood of the hunter, which could technically go on my rogue, which would give him a 4 damage attack. I don't know, can I open my character sheets from inside of here? It looks like that would be a 20% damage downgrade, so we don't really want to play around with that. What's it going to cost me over here if I go to the tavern? It's $120 to recharge my power crystal. It is pretty low right now. Let's recharge it. Alright, let's leave. Does the trader replenish? No. So the trader does not replenish when a day goes past, but the enemies do run around and do stuff. Alright, exit the guild house. Let's leave the city. And we do get metagame currency. So for every single mob that we kill, we get metagame currency. For every single quest I think that we do, we get metagame currency. Although I'll have to end the game before we finish off the video to actually find out. We should probably start hitting our objectives and stop fighting. So let's head out here and see if we can find this obelisk or maybe some of these skeletons that they're alluding to inside of the city. Or maybe we find another city. It's got more stuff for us to do. I don't know. That looks like it's got a ring around it. Does it do anything? A monster cave. I don't know if I'm bold enough to fool around with a monster cave. Between low bushes, we've encountered a rocky hill. On its slope, we could see a dark entrance to a cave. There's hoarse voices coming from inside saying, "Nay, someone was definitely here." We have entered the darkness. After a while, we noticed goblins bearing an iron-plated box amongst the bones of some long-dead giant beast. Unfortunately, they noticed us, and in the torchlight, the blades of their weapons glinted. They did not seem to be in a mood for negotiation. Okay, but we get 5 food for free, maybe, out of this, so I'm okay with this fight. I feel confidently that this is okay, maybe it wasn't a good idea. They all rolled exceptionally well on their opening turn. Let's go for the weakest links first. Any damage that we can eliminate. She's taking the hardest hit, so we'll heal her on up. Not going to use a reroll right now because what I need is damage. We can't really heal anybody anyways, so we'll just soak the attack real fast. It's kind of a bummer that we're not inside of a cave right now while we're fighting these guys. Environmentally, we should be inside of a cave right now. Not a great series of rolls, I'll be honest with you. Okay, well, kill him off. Shield her. You heal yourself. And we'll just kind of deal with the consequences as we go forward. 5 damage AoE, a spicy one. More damage going out. Sort of debatable what I want to do with that damage. We also need to start using rerolls because I'm capped out on rerolls. Wow, pretty unlucky. Okay, I'll throw that out right there, and then we'll do Protective Shield for everybody. Just to get rid of that damage real quick. I was going to do an AoE heal, but like, let's eliminate the damage right now. Big AoE coming out. I do have an AoE that I can play right here that does 4 damage to everything. And I think that's our play to eliminate as much damage as I can. There we go. That's looking all right. I can live with that. We got a 4 damage AoE. Don't really need it right now, but that's life. We're pretty tore up right now. I'd like to see if I could pull out a heal real quick before I finish this thing, because we're pretty beat up at the moment. Let's scuff this fight a little bit and see if I can weasel my way up to 15 mana for a big heal. That's actually perfecto. Give me a 3 damage heal right there. I'd like to come out of here in tip-top, is I think what I would like. We'll end that turn and we'll just let him sit. I'm not getting the mana that I want, though. It's okay, though. We've got time. There's 6 mana. Almost gets me there. 7 mana. That does get me there. So I will take the AoE heal on... This is the heal, right? They've all got similar icons, man. Let's go ahead and... There we go. Okay, I'm feeling much more relieved about this combat now. Hey, dude, the scumming continues. Hell yeah. Let us continue scumming, my brethren. I will play the heal on her first, and then we'll finish him off. Goblin Cave, what goodies you got for me? Come on. We've got a 2-handed bone axe, which is from my rogue, actually, strangely enough. Gives him a 6 damage attack and a 4 damage life drain attack. 10 gold's no joke, too. After the fight, we finally had time to explore the cave. All of the enemies have been defeated and some run away in panic. They certainly won't be bothering us anymore, and they left their belongings behind. We can go deeper down into the cave, combing our way through. We could also leave, which might be a reasonable decision considering the eerie noises coming from the other side of the underground corridor. Hell yeah. On our way, we meet a small group of goblins. They were so absorbed by the loot they stole from presumably a traveling merchant that they didn't even notice our team sneaking in behind their backs. We managed to take a few of their items lying on the cave floor in complete chaos. Unfortunately, they were not the source of the weird shiver-giving noises from the further part of the cave. We should decide whether confronting whatever was out there was worth the risk. $100 in a chest? Let's go. Okay, this might have been a mistake. Oh, an 8 damage AoE. That's fun. That's enjoyable. You can shield everybody for 5, and it would technically protect them from a lot of that damage. Or we could go all in and fireball this dude and hope that it works out. I guess I'll play pragmatically, and we'll play around with our shielding. Keep the healer alive. Deal 7 damage. He's going to AoE, though, too. Let's get the little guys, I guess. And we'll work our way through this sort of... I mean, this is a tough fight either way, so... Another 8 damage AoE. Brutal. Give me the 3 damage AoE right there to eliminate some damage. My wizard, unfortunately, did not get what I wanted him to get. Smack him up a little bit. 7 mana would definitely be helpful. A heal would also be... Oh, I healed the wrong person. Okay, that's on me. Woof. We getting chunkied right now. We getting chunkied real bad. Keep mana flowing. Put up AoE shield. He still doesn't survive. He barely survives now. I keep waiting for him to get unlucky with his dice, but damn if it doesn't seem to happen, man. Oh no! Okay, I may have pushed my luck a little bit hard here. I may have made a tactical error. I kind of got to go all in on the 10, because the 10 is the only thing that saves us here. But this is fine, because it's a good segue towards the metagame portion for you guys to see. Go down swinging, brother. Go down swinging. Valhalla awaits. So at the end of the game, you get death in battle. You get little chits, I guess, or little scrolls for the amount of enemies that you kill for battle. Why did it say I only won 1 battle? Maybe it's not saying I won 1 battle. Maybe I didn't hit the threshold. But you can use this stuff. So if we go back to the main menu and I start a fresh game, straight off from the beginning, just like in For the King, you unlock new things on your runs when you do this. So I can go in, and over here, you can see that we unlock new items. There's a big, huge list of stuff to unlock. You can also just flatly upgrade your characters and make them way stronger in between runs, which gives you a better chance of making it out the other end. So not only are you unlocking more content, you're also unlocking more success. It looks like the caravan is going to be upgradable at some point too. Once you go past this menu, you get to pick your characters, which implies that there's going to be more classes inside of the game once it comes out that you're going to be able to unlock too. And so anyways, I like it. I think it's good. I think it's fun. It's got that brutal difficulty that For the King has, like, straight off the bat, but as you get metagame upgrades and stuff, it looks like it's going to get easier, because the upgrades are like, you know, your character starts out with 20 HP, and like 1 metagame upgrade ups him to 30 HP, which in a game where things are hitting for between 2 and 8 is actually a really big deal. And so it seems like there's some consequential upgrades here that you can get, but I like it. I think it's good. I think it's pretty to look at. I think it's fun to play. I like the dice building mechanic where you're sort of building out your character's chances to get certain things by equipping certain gear. I like how the gear can give synergies to other slots on your character and bonuses and things of that nature. I think they're on a good path. This one's an easy win, and I don't really see too many problems with it, except for, I don't know, the battles can be a little tiny bit repetitive and they're all over the place, but that's about it. I think I would have preferred more events, less battle fights, but then again, we kind of just went around the block today, didn't we? This is Sigilfarer. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, Sigilfarer. Like I said, tomorrow I'll be back with something else. Thanks for hanging out, folks, and that's all I got for you.